Today I want to talk about the process we use at LifeOps for adding new features to our software. For the sake of this talk, I'm assuming the feature has been adequately defined and the developer is ready to prototype some code for the new feature or bug fix. This talk will discuss the steps the developer takes to make his changes, deliver those changes to the user, and pull his changes into the main source code once the feature is complete. At LifeOps, we rely heavily on the GitFlow branching model to manage changes in our version control system. If you are familiar with GitFlow, you can check out my other video where I go over the basics of the GitFlow model. I've included a link to that video in the description below. The first step a developer will take when adding a new feature is to create a new feature branch from the development branch of the repository. At LifeOps, we use GitHub to host our Git repository. The GitHub interface makes it very easy to create new branches. The developer will take the following steps to create a new feature branch. Navigate to the repository hosted on GitHub. Click on the branch dropdown to see the existing branches. Type the name of the new feature branch that will be added to the repository. The branch name should start with the word feature to indicate that it is a feature branch. Hit the enter key. The branch is created and we are navigated to the newly created branch. If we navigate to the Branches tab, we can see our new branch listed there. You will also notice a yellow dot on the line of our new branch. That indicates a build is in progress for that branch. Whenever a new branch is created or a new change is committed to a branch in our repository, a new build is started. If we refresh the branches page after about 10 or 15 minutes, we now see a green checkbox on our feature branch line. This indicates the build for that branch is complete and successful. Now that we've created our feature branch, it's time to download the code and make our changes locally. Once we're finished making our changes locally, we can push those changes to the GitHub feature branch. Navigate to the GitHub repository page. Click on the clone or download button. Click the clipboard icon to copy the repository URL. Open a terminal window in the directory you want to download the code locally. Execute the git clone command with the URL you copied earlier. This will download a clone of the Git repository to your local computer. Once the repository is cloned to your local machine, you can use the git branch command to list all the branches in that repository. Switch to the feature branch you created earlier using the git checkout command. In this example, I want to fix defect 442. This defect describes a problem with the display of the Plan Details tab on the policy page. The issue shows that the header of the tab is showing the word undefined when it should be showing the description of the plan. I've made my changes locally and I'm running the application locally with my modified code. You can now see the Plan Details page displays the description of the plan properly. I can navigate to the terminal and use the git diff command to view all the changes I've made locally. I can see a list of the change files using the git status command. In order to push my changes to the GitHub repository, I will use the git add, commit, and push commands. Once my change has been pushed to the GitHub repository, a build is automatically started. You can navigate to the Branches tab on the GitHub page. You will see the status of the feature branch is yellow, indicating a build is in progress. Now that the developer has made his changes and pushed them to the GitHub feature branch, we want the user to review the changes made by the developer. This is where the LifeOps bot comes into play. The LifeOps bot will create and manage environments for any release or branch of the software. In this case, we want the bot to deploy our feature branch build to a new environment. Navigate to the GitHub page and select the Branches tab. Notice the green checkbox beside our feature branch. This indicates the build has completed successfully and can be deployed by the LifeOps bot. In order to communicate with the LifeOps bot, we use a chat tool called Slack. Notice my Slack window is open and I'm talking to the LifeOps bot. I will start by asking the bot to list all of the existing environments. The bot responds with a list of environments, along with links to each of those environments. The next thing I'll ask the bot is what versions of the software are available to deploy. The bot responds with a table of releases, staged releases, hotfixes, features, and the dev branch. In this response, you can see that I have 4 different feature branches that can be deployed currently. Based on this response, we can see that our feature branch has a status of current and was built 22 minutes ago. Next, I want to tell the bot to create a new environment using the code from our feature branch. Notice the name of the environment is acme2:demo1. This means the name of the environment will be demo1 for a client named acme2. The URL for the new environment will correspond to this name. The bot responds that he has created the new environment acme:demo1. He also gives us a link to the new environment. We can click on the link and log into the newly created environment. Once logged in, we can bring up our test policy and see if the fix is working properly. When we select the Plan Details tab, we can see the plan description is displayed properly. As the user, we are satisfied with the changes. At this point, the user is satisfied with the changes and we are ready to merge them into the main development branch. But before these changes can be merged, our senior developers need to review the code. We also need to provide an opportunity for our product manager to accept this feature into the next release, or hold off taking the feature until a later release. In order to facilitate this review process, we will use what's called a pull request. A pull request represents a request to merge the feature branch into the development branch, and can be accepted or rejected by our senior developers. Navigate to the GitHub repository page and select the Branches tab. Click the New Pull Request button next to our feature branch. This will start a new pull request for our feature branch. The first thing you see are all the differences in our feature branch. When you scroll to the top, you will see a place for the title and description of the new pull request. Also take note the green text that says Able to Merge. This indicates the branch does not have any merge conflicts and can be merged without manual intervention. Enter a description of the changes made in the feature branch. Select one or more reviewers to review this pull request. I will request our senior developer Sherry to review this pull request. Click the Create Pull Request button to create the pull request. A new pull request is now created and can be reviewed by Sherry. Now, when Sherry comes to the GitHub repository page, she will see there's a new pull request. She clicks on the Pull Request tab to see our new pull request we created and assigned to her. Once here, she can review the changes and decide to comment back to the developer or click the Merge Pull Request button to bring the changes into the main development branch. She decides to click the Merge Pull Request button and pull the changes in. At this point, she could also delete the feature branch by clicking the Delete Branch button. The changes are now merged into the main development branch, and the pull request is marked as merged. When she navigates to the Branches tab of the repository, notice the development branch has a yellow dot, indicating a build is in progress. When we refresh the Branches page in about 10 to 15 minutes, we can see the green checkbox by the Develop branch. The Develop branch is now built with our new feature and can be deployed by the LifeOps bot whenever we want. In summary, the LifeOps development process involves 4 phases once a new feature or bug has been identified. 1. The developer creates a new feature branch. 2. The developer makes his changes locally and commits those changes to the feature branch. 3. Using the LifeOps bot, the user reviews the feature and provides feedback to the developer. 4. The developer submits a pull request to merge his changes into the main development branch. The LifeOps development process offers several advantages. By using feature branches, new work is isolated from completed work. The LifeOps bot provides an automated way to deliver any branch or release of the code to the user. Pull requests provide a streamlined method to review the code of new features before integrating them into the main source branch. Thank you for taking the time to learn about LifeOps. If you enjoyed this content, please hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to the LifeOps channel. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I'd also like to give a special thanks to Sherry and the LifeOps bot for helping me out in this video. I'm Jerome, and I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Cheers.